Hey guys, and happy Monday. I'm doing a topic a day for a week, and today's topic is gay rights. Now personally, I don't even know why gay rights is something that we have to debate, because denying rights to anyone, no matter who they are, is completely wrong. The issue of gay rights is the same issue we had with civil rights and women's rights. It's just a different face now. Now of course, when we get to the issue of gay rights, the first thing that everyone wants to talk about is gay marriage, but it involves way more than that. In fact, in 29 states, homosexuals can be denied rights such as eating in a restaurant or their job. They can be fired from the job only because they're homosexuals. And for those of you who believe that that's not true, then I could easily name off all the people who are fired from the job because they're gay or denied service at a restaurant because of their sexuality. Except that would take forever, so I'll put some links in the doobly-doo and you can check that out for yourself. So I really don't know where to begin on this, so I'm just going to start naming off arguments that are for pros and cons of this. So those who are for gay rights, just as myself, argue something very simple, and that is just basically human rights. That humans have basic rights that shouldn't be denied. So obviously there should be no reason someone should have the right to deny someone service at a restaurant or a job only because that they might happen to be a homosexual. And I hope we all can agree on that. But then there's the issue of gay marriage, and that's a completely different issue for some reason. Now for those who are for it, they usually look at it at a legal standpoint. You say you have a partner for 25 years, your partner passes away, and then you're left with no support that a normal marriage would have between two heterosexuals. And that's just completely unfair, because there's a lot of people out there who have been in partnerships for a really long time and they're more loyal to each other than most marriages that are in America. Then there's the counter argument, which usually is religion. So first off, America is not a Christian nation, no matter what you say. So the fact is, it's biblical law, not the law of the country. And that is a big difference, no matter what you want to say. Because if we are a Christian nation, then we would be like the Middle East, when they are an Islamic nation, where their laws are based on Islamic laws. That's not how America is. We have freedom of religion, and that's it. But I will humor the argument. So the piece of scripture that is quoted almost rapidly is the scripture from Leviticus 18:22, which reads, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind as womankind, it is an abomination." So that's interpreted to mean that basically having sexual relationships with someone of the same sex is an abomination, so it should not happen. But it says nothing about marriage, so the fact is that it has nothing to do with gay marriage or gay rights. It has to do with just what your personal beliefs are, not what everyone else is. Also, it's a law in the Bible in the Old Testament, and there's a lot of laws in the Bible in the Old Testament that many Christians do not even follow. Let's name a few. So, Deuteronomy 22:28 through 29 reads that if someone is raped, then they lose their value and they have to be, the rapist has to marry them. Exodus 35:2 says you cannot work on the Sabbath. Leviticus 11:7 through 8 says you cannot eat pigs. That means bacon too. Deuteronomy 22:11 says you cannot wear clothing of mixed fabric. So it's like a wool jacket and cotton pants. Leviticus 19:27 says you cannot shave. Leviticus 19:28 says no tattoos. And my favorite, and it also shows how many men actually wrote the Bible, and that's Deuteronomy 25:11 through 12, which says you cannot hit a male in his private parts, or you will lose your hand. So there are a lot of laws in the Bible that we do not implement in our own civil laws. So why focus on gay marriage? And that's what I have to ask. You argue that it destroys the sanctity of marriage, but over half of all marriages end in divorce already. Isn't that enough destroying of sanctity? Also, the Bible defines marriage several different ways. I mean, they talk about polygamy in the Bible. There's issues of if your brother dies, you marry his wife. So marriage isn't like a very clear thing when it says man and woman. It doesn't say that in the Bible. In fact, there's speculation that there's many prophets in the Bible who might have been gay. You have to understand at this time that sexuality wasn't really exactly defined, and it was very common for men to lie with young boys as well as women to lie with other women. In fact, it was sometimes even encouraged because most of the time marriages were arranged, So the husband and wife didn't love each other, and if the husband wanted to have sex with someone, then if he had sex with a woman, it would be infidelity. But if he had sex with a young boy, then it would be totally okay. So to say it's the sanctity of marriage is not true, because marriage is not religious. Marriage is the legal thing. It was never really a religious thing. I mean, everyone gets married no matter what religion you have or if you have no religion. So why stop someone because you think that it denies your right? So it's not destroying the sanctity of marriage, because marriage really was never defined in the Bible, and marriage is not a religious thing, it is a legal thing. So gosh, just stop arguing over this stuff, because it doesn't make sense. Just let people get married. You have no right to deny someone that. No matter who you think you are, you have no right. So thank you, America, and I'll see you tomorrow.